Hello, friends. It has been a freaking minute. Oh my goodness. I have missed you so much, actually, especially if you are some of my old friends who have been watching these videos for a long time. I'm so happy to be reconnecting with you. And thank you so much for your patience with me on my journey as I've been learning about myself, discovering myself, and figuring out what it is I want to do and where I want to be. But let's start with introductions. Hi, my name is Liv and welcome to your channeled reading. For today's reading, we're going to be focused on a general message from your spirit guides, also guided by my spirit guide, Anaya, to bring you a message full of clarity and joy, hopefully. And since it has been legitimately a year since I have recorded and filmed one of these, I decided I wanted to reintroduce myself. However, if you do not want to hear my reintroduction, you're like, girl, I just want the message, skip forward. Okay, I'll put the code right here on the screen, or you can jump down to my description and I'll have the time code there so you can just click on it and skip to the pile picking portion. But hi, I'm Liv and I want to reintroduce myself because for those of you who originally watched me when I was doing tarot readings as Liv's Light or Liv's Light Tarot, you may be familiar with me and familiar with my style of reading and how I did things. And a lot of that has changed because I have changed so much in this last year. So I really haven't actually craving filming these pick a card readings for you again, but I've really gotten in my way and introduced my own resistance because I knew that me coming back, I wasn't going to be the same as who I used to be. I knew I wasn't going to be who I was, but instead who I am. And to be honest, I was really afraid that people were going to not receive that very well, or that I was going to let somebody down or something. But to be honest, I'm really excited to come back in a completely new way. Since last reading with you guys, I have actually opened my own space to my own channel named Anaya, who is a high-level guide here to provide clarity and wisdom, and she's so incredible. They are so incredible, and I'm really excited to incorporate what I've now learned with Anaya and that ability to these readings. And if you used to be here during my readings, I would I would be very literally like by the book. For example, if I saw a Six of Swords and I didn't know what Six of Swords meant, I would take out my tarot book and figure out the meaning. And I think that that's super okay, especially when you're first learning. However, I have come a long way and I have a guide and I have a channel. I am a channel, and I really want to come to tarot readings now, not necessarily as a psychic or a medium or a tarot reader, but as a channel and a healer. And I want to open my space and my intuition and let that be my driving force and be my guide rather than the books or the cards necessarily. So truthfully, when I'm doing these readings, the cards are going to be more of a visual guide for me to hopefully keep me focused and grounded and centered. So if you see that I'm not reading every single card exactly as the card is meant, whatever, it's because I'm really using them as more of a guide and I'm letting my intuition take the space. So I really hope that you enjoy this new style of reading. I know a lot of you have been here for a long time and I'm so grateful for you, and I really hope that you jive with this new style. But of course, if not, that's totally okay. There are so many other readers out here, and I hope you find the messages and the channels that work for you. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump in. I'm so excited. Oh, I also wanted to say a quick thank you for those of you who have been here and for a long time, and for those of you who are new, just thank you so much for supporting my journey. I know that it may seem silly, but you guys are such a huge inspiration to me, and I get so excited to come back and film these readings because I feel your connection and I feel your energy, and I want to connect with you and talk with you and jive with you, and I feel so blessed that I get to do that. So thank you for tuning into this reading, and thank you for tuning into readings prior if you have. And if it's your first reading, hi, hello, welcome. I love you, I adore you, and let's go ahead and officially jump into this reading. I'm so excited. So for today's reading, we are doing a very open space general reading for our guys to just kind of come in and say whatever's on their mind. So this is going to be a channeled message from my spirit guides as well as yours, bringing through a message on whatever topics arise throughout our reading. So let's go ahead and jump into the pile picking portion of today's reading. If you are new to tarot cards or tarot card readings, you can really just let your intuition guide you to whichever pile feels best for you, whether it's the stone or the number or whichever one your energy jives with. So this is pile 1 stone. To be honest, it's been a long time, y'all, and I don't actually remember what these stones are called. So if you guys do know, please leave them in the comments below because your girl has forgotten. It's been a while. I know that the second pile, pile number 2, is blue celestite. This is your stone if you picked pile number 2. And then pile number 3, we have this green beauty here. So fun, so pretty. So these are your 3 piles. I'm actually going to put a little bit of music here for you so you don't have to pause the video unless you want to. I'm going to put a little bit of music here for you. Go ahead and quiet your mind, call in your guides, ask them what pile is for you, what messages are you meant to receive. And without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into this reading, and I will see you guys after your pile pick. All right, pile number 1. Hello, I'm so excited to read for you today. Also, bear with me if my audio is a bit weird. I am testing new settings and testing new setups, so I will adjust moving forward. But let's go ahead and jump into your channeled reading, a message from your spirit guides. What do they want you to hear? Your crystal that you picked is absolutely gorgeous. This is actually a stone that I gathered on my birthday, I think 2 years ago, and I just caught my eye, and I think it is so beautiful and gives me such healing, loving, like divine feminine energy, and that's really what I'm picking up right away. So let's go ahead and see what your message has for you today. As always, I say as always, but if you're new here, you might not know, I am going to do my best to link all the decks down below that are linkable, so you can go ahead and check them out. But the first deck we're using here is the Pleiadian Wisdom deck, and it's one of my favorites. I went ahead and pulled 1 card just to see your general energy, so let's see. You got number 4, purpose and responsibility. You are never responsible for solving someone else's problems. I feel like this is a really big theme that has been going on for a lot of people lately, is this awakening and understanding that you do not have to be a people pleaser, and that people pleasing is not something that you should do because it's something that you love, but rather a way of understanding that saying no is a form of love. It is a form of standing up for yourself and prioritizing yourself. I feel like for a lot of us, maybe if you're like my generation or a little bit older, it was very like societally indoctrinated that you needed to be a people pleaser, especially if you were a woman or identified as such, that you needed to please. If someone wasn't happy, you were the caretaker, you were the nurturer, you were the giver. It was your responsibility to heal others. If someone was upset, it was your responsibility to make them feel better. And I feel like now we are in this period of awakening where we realize how backwards that is and how we do not need to sacrifice our own peace for the sake of somebody else's. And on that same journey, even if you were to do everything you could possibly do to please someone, you will still never please them, because you cannot please another person in that way. They have to choose to want to be happy. It doesn't matter if you bend over backwards. Like, I'm sure you can think of a time, pile number 1, where there was someone in your life and they were upset or something wasn't happening right, and you were just like, I'll fix this. I'll go and I'll spoil them, or I'll buy them all these things, or I'll make them this yummy food, or I'll apologize profusely. I'll just do all these things to show them that I love them and I care, whatever it looked like for you. And then they still weren't happy, or they still weren't satisfied. And then you're left feeling like, what the heck? Am I not good enough? Why don't they want to be with me? And I just am here to tell you, it's not about you, because they have to choose to be happy. And so do you. So really allow yourself to get rid of that responsibility and understand that the only one person's happiness that you are responsible for is your own. You get to choose that, you get to decide that, but everybody else, they have to make that decision for themselves. And no matter how much you sacrifice your own peace, it's not going to be enough to change somebody's mind, because they have to choose that. All right, I know that was like a lot to say for 1 card, but Spirit's coming through, Anaya's coming through. If you hear me referring to Anaya a lot and you didn't watch the intro, I wanted to let you know that Anaya is my channeled guide. So if I say things like, oh, Anaya said this or that's coming through, that is because I'm receiving those messages from my guide and also from yours. So let's go ahead and move on to the tarot. My wife actually just got this deck and it is so freaking gorgeous. Her sister gifted it to her and it's the Decolonized Tarot, I believe is what it's called, and it is a beautiful like traditional Filipino deck, and she was kind enough to let me borrow them. If you can get your hands on these, I highly recommend. They are gorgeous and such a good message and such a wonderful thing to support. So let's go ahead and see what the tarot has to say for you here. Pile number 1. Oh, I should let you know as well, I do not read Roman numerals. I never learned. I don't know why. That was not something I learned about in school, but that's totally okay. So if you see me like counting the cups, it's because I don't know what the Roman numerals are, okay? But right off the bat, we have the 7 of Cups in reverse, and this is so embarrassing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The 7 of Cups and the 8 of Cups. So right off the bat, this is showing me that it's kind of funny because I did feel almost like an amethyst energy, even though I know that this is not an amethyst. I kind of felt that like healing, divine feminine, even a little bit of a sensitive energy, and not in a bad way. My beautiful friend, sensitivity is not a weakness, it is a strength, okay? But I did definitely feel like that energy of sensitivity, and I'm seeing that here as well with the cups. I feel like with the 7 of Cups in reverse, I feel like almost this is you, that you maybe do have a lot of options, or maybe you are kind of trying to extend your hand out to every single person and trying to make it happy or make everyone happy and solve all these things, and it just leaves you feeling really unsure of what it is you want to do. Because sometimes if you are anything like me, when you have prioritized so much of your life and so much of your like hopes and expectations on how other people receive you, it is really hard to know what it is that you like and what it is that brings you joy. And so sometimes that can leave us in this area of confusion of like, wait, what are the things that make me happy? If I remove the obstacle of other people's pleasure, what makes me genuinely happy? And it's quite exciting because I feel as though you're going to go on this journey with the 8 of Cups here, and it might be a bit of an ending and a beginning, because I feel as though you're going to go on a journey to learn who you are, outside of other people's voices, outside of other people's opinions, outside of other people's expectations. Just a journey to find out what makes you happy, what brings you joy, what brings you satisfaction. And I'm feeling so excited as I'm talking about this because it's inspiring. It's inspiring to me, and I hope it's inspiring to you to understand that you get to go on this journey in life to figure out what makes you happy, even if it doesn't make sense to anybody else, and even if it doesn't please anybody else, because that's not what you're here for. You are not here to be a pleaser. You are here to be a creator. You are here to create the reality that you want, and it's so exciting. So I do see you going on a bit of a journey here, maybe saying goodbye to old people, old friends, old things that really wanted to like drain, and moving into new ways of thinking, new ways of being. Because the thing is too, is once you start getting in that vibration of self-appreciation, the people that do not resonate with you are going to fall off, and that is oh freaking K. All right, from one ex-people pleaser to another, I hope to encourage you to know that it is totally okay when people fall off, and it happens most times because you're not fulfilling the expectation that they previously had, and that's okay. You're allowed to say goodbye to people that only wanted you for what you could give. That is okay, and it doesn't mean it's a failed relationship. All right, you guys both gave each other what needed to be given in that time, and you're gonna go and grow, and they're gonna go and grow. So oh, that was my wife opening the bathroom door. So I think it's really exciting and inspiring for you. Let's see what else tarot has to say. All right, so then you have, yes, the 9 of Cups right away. So I really do see a very visual experience here. You are kind of in this state of confusion, in this state of people pleasing, in this state of I need to make sure that everyone likes me, to transitioning to making sure that you like you, going through this journey of leaving behind what does not serve you, and literally ending up in like a cabana bliss. I see all your manifestations coming true, all your realities coming true, because now it's almost like you've cleared away the fog, you've cleared away the clutter, you've let go of those old expectations and things that people are placing on you, and you can finally focus on yourself. You can finally see the light, and now you are in this space of bliss and satisfaction, and realization and understanding that it is you who creates your own joy. Another little message that's coming here for me with the Seven of Cups is this person is like almost reaching for a man in this image as well, and it's kind of giving me like a romantic relationship. So one of the things that you might end up walking away from a little bit might be a romantic relationship. If this is a kind of relationship that was heavily dependent on you pleasing them, when you start to focus on your own self-pleasure and your own self-joy, they might not fully resonate with that, and it might cause a bit of a rift and a separation. But what I will tell you is, if that relationship is meant to be and meant to continue to grow with you, it'll grow back together, because sometimes people need time to like get adjusted to this new version of you, thriving and succeeding and shining, and their vibration might not be there yet. But if you don't want to like say goodbye to this person forever, just understand that you might not have to, okay? But they might need time to go off on their own journey so they can get their vibration right as well, so that they can get into a place of understanding their worth as well. So it's so funny too, pile number one, this is actually hella dusty, but I just got distracted because my wife was going to the bathroom and I heard the doors and stuff, and as I looked over, I saw this little sticker that I was actually gifted for free a while back, and it just says, "You are perfection." And I feel like this is y'all's mantra that needs to be heard and received right now, is you are perfection. Who you are is perfect in all that you are, in all of your beauty and all of your mess and all of your chaos, all that you are is enough, and all that you are is absolutely perfect. I feel really like touched and inspired by y'all's pile, to be super honest with you. And then you have the Queen of Cups here, again leaning into that, that's loud, leaning into those heavy emotions here. Again, having big deep emotions is not a weakness, it is not a bad thing, it is actually one of the most beautiful gifts I think exists on this earth. And I feel like you are going to be going through a lot of emotional healing. This Two of Swords here was showing me, is this the Three of Swords? Okay, yeah, these Two of Swords and Three of Swords is really showing me that I do feel like, I think this is just kind of echoing what I was just talking about with this relationship, which is that this energy that you might be leaving might be a relationship or a friendship or a family member relationship, and it might not be that you're leaving them forever, but that you need to take space for yourself. Because I don't want to like repeat what I just said, but I just feel like this is echoing that energy of understanding that sometimes people need space when you start to prioritize yourself, and it doesn't mean that there's anything wrong with them or that there's anything wrong with you, but that you guys are not on the same vibrational place, and that's okay. Focus on you. You are enough. You are perfect. Focusing on yourself is not a bad thing. Being selfish is not a bad thing. And if they have an issue with it, if it causes some tension, understand that they are going through their own healing and their own journey, and it has nothing to do with you, okay? Let's see if there are any other cards here. I feel like these are all a little bit tilted, but maybe I'm tilted, I'm not sure. Page of Swords, okay. Actually, that one's not quite resonating with me. Let's see. Any other cards from the Decolonized Tarot here? Pile number one. Ooh, okay. And then you got the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Why can't I count? 5. Okay, yes, the 8 of Wands here. So again, feeling like you're having to hold a lot of things. 8 of Wands and the 8 of Cups, especially where I placed it. I feel like something that I'm coming through as well is that as you go on this journey, as you are going through this place of healing, you might start to feel a bit of like remorse, or feel a bit guilty, or feel like all the things that you've worked so hard for, all the things that you were trying to prove are falling through the cracks. And I'm trying to help you see and understand that sometimes things have to fall through the cracks so that way they can be seen, and that way they can be reemerged. And it's about a bit of a perspective change, all right? Because I just saw a visual of something falling through the cracks. Say it was a relationship that you were trying to hold up on this pedestal, you were trying to please, and it literally like fell through the cracks. It's not that that relationship is gone, but that it is being seen from a new perspective, right? As if you are viewing it through the cracks, a brand new perspective as being opened up to you. So allow things to shift, allow things to change. You don't have to hold all this responsibility, you don't have to hold all of this weight, You are allowed to release literally responsibility. But it's ironic because your purpose is not to be responsible for other people's health and other people's happiness, but to focus on your own. So when I say you do not need to hold all this responsibility, I'm talking about you do not need to hold or have this burden of pleasing everyone else and hold the responsibility of other people's happiness. All right, let's go ahead and pull some of our unicorn cards here. Pile number 1. Whoa. All right, one flew out. Yes, period. Create your own vision. Do what makes your heart sing. You are being nudged forward. Like I've been saying, this is a journey. This is a path. I really do feel like pile number 1, you are going through maybe like your dark night, or maybe this energy of Dark Night of the Soul, by the way, not like Batman. I don't know why I always try to get these perfect, and it's just okay. But I feel like you are going through this phase and this journey of exploration and moving forward and progression. You have maybe been at this like stagnant standstill for a while, like I said, in that place of stuckness, trying to like figure out everyone else's happiness. But when you choose that your responsibility is your own happiness, it's like a path just opens up for you. And I'm so excited for you to learn that you are worthy of taking it. It's very, very beautiful. And then number 35, divine potential. Fulfill your destiny. Be all that you can be. Absolutely. This is really inspiring for me because I feel like I'm really relating to this reading. I feel like I'm really gaining something from it as well, which is always just so fun. But you are just so worthy. Pile number 1, I don't know if anyone's told you this lately or if maybe you just need to hear it, but you are so incredibly worthy as you are right now. Even if you don't do anything else today, even if you haven't done anything today, you are enough. You are perfection. You are worthy. This is your time to be you. This is your time to find your joy and your bliss. And don't let anybody tell you that that is selfish or wrong or self-obsessed. It's beautiful. It is beautiful to find your joy. You're inspiring me. I want to like leave here and find what makes me happy because like I said, I relate to being an ex-people pleaser, and I just feel really inspired by the cards I'm reading here today. So I hope y'all are picking up that energy as well. Let's go ahead and get a few more cards for you. At this point, I feel as though the reading is a little bit repetitive, so I'm hoping to gain a little bit extra clarity from our spirit guides here. I feel like we know the key message, but any other like little hopes of encouragement. Pleiades. Oh, that is so crazy because I'm using the Pleiadian deck. So this is not the Pleiadian deck, but the one that looked like this in the beginning, that was a Pleiadian deck. So pile number 1, some of y'all might be a Pleiadian. I'm a Pleiadian, so if you are, hello fellow Pleiadians, I love you and I adore you. Pleiadians are a star seed, and so I feel like if you related to this message, you might be one of my star like sisters or brothers or friends or family members, because I really related to all this, and I'm a Pleiadian as well. And I feel like you are someone, like I said, who feels things so deeply, and you're so connected to your sensitivities and your emotions. And it's such a beautiful gift, and I hope you're learning to see that. And with this card here saying double mission, channeling and uplifting humanity, it's reminding you that your powers come from within, and your powers come from all those things that others might view as weaknesses or others might view as faults, but we choose to understand and see that they are gifts and that they are beautiful and that they are inspiring. And a message that's coming through real quick too is that to understand, if you're someone who really wants to uplift people and to heal and to like encourage people, and maybe that's why you kind of fell into a people pleaser mentality, is because all you ever wanted to do is uplift people. I want to be here to tell you that one of the most beautiful things you can do to uplift people is shine your own light. Not try to fix them, not try to solve their problems, but just to be your authentic self, to shine your true, genuine light. Excuse me. Energy flowing through. To shine your genuine light is what inspires. It's what uplifts. If you've ever seen someone who is so authentically themselves and you're just almost like entranced by their light and their aura, that's you, baby. That is you. You have the ability to shine. You have the ability to uplift just by being you. So in this time, in this phase of your life, really just practice prioritizing what it feels like to shine bright and to shine your true self, and understand that when it comes to uplifting, it doesn't have to be through solving others' problems or sacrificing your own joy. You are an uplifter just by existing, all right? Whoa. Oh man, what a good message here too, because I have been really, for some reason, fixated on wanting this to look like very perfect and very aligned and very like all the right angles, and that just happened. And I feel like it was just a good reminder that you don't need to be perfect, okay? You are already perfect. You don't need to try to be perfect, is what I really should have said. You do not need to try to be perfect, because you already are. Just because you exist, just because you thrive, just because you are who you are already perfect. So on this journey, if things get messed up, if things get spilled, if things look sloppy, who cares? You're doing it for you, okay? You're doing it for you. Any other cards for our beautiful pile number 1 here? Don't dim to fit in, period. How are you dimming your light in order to fit in? Again, I feel like we're a little bit echoing at this point, but you're just being really called to shine, baby. I don't want to cover that up. Shine. Shine your light. Don't dim for anyone. I don't care if they come with those 2 of swords and they bring a lot of tension. When you start shining your light, walk away, okay? Have the power to say no. Have the ability to say no. You don't owe anybody anything. Share your voice, period. Oh my gosh, come out of the cave, persecution, and expression. I feel like this is how you have been for a while, is this energy of feeling persecuted, or maybe a fear of being persecuted. So you've hidden away, you've hidden yourself, you've hidden in the shadows, you've hidden behind the guise of I'm just really friendly, or I'm just really kind, or I'm just here to please others. Baby, there's nothing wrong with that, but it's time for you to take up space, for you to come out of the cave, for you to express your voice. You do not have to please anyone. You are able to please and focus on yourself, and your voice is your power. Your voice is your power. Your voice is your light. So share it. Shine. Be yourself. Be beautiful. Be authentic, and understand the people that want that, the people that see you, the people that feel you, they will always find you. I promise you, they will find you and you will find them. So you do not need to worry. Okay, you do not need to worry. Any other cards? One more card for our beautiful pile number 1. If there's one more card that would like to be read, one more card for our beautiful pile number 1. Birthing a new age, birthing new creations, and dreaming a new world into being. Absolutely. You are bringing something new into being. All this like past few years, I feel like, or maybe even your whole like last 20 years. Oh man, did I just tilt everything again? It has been about this leading to this edge, leading to this new place of being, leading to this point in time for you to understand who the heck you are, understanding what makes you happy, coming into your own power, shining your light, birthing a new age. And like I said, I think you are an uplifter. I think you are a healer. I think you are someone that changes things, but the way you are doing that is not by trying to fix other people, but simply and solely by being yourself and shining your authentic light and shining your truth. You are birthing a new age into being. So if you're someone that really gets excited about the idea of being a leader or a healer or a change maker or a change bringer, it's happening, my love. It's happening, but it happens by you being your true self and focusing on that. Okay, pile number 1, I really hope you received this reading. I feel like I received this reading, so hello fellow Pleiadians, also hello fellow Aquariuses. Nothing here was said about Aquarius energy, but I just kind of feel like I might have some of you here. So if you are an Aquarius, hello fellow Aquariuses. Thank you so much for being a part of this reading. I really hope you enjoyed it. I think hope to create more readings in the future, so definitely subscribe if you are not. Make sure you leave a like and a comment down below. Let me know how you receive this reading, and if you want to check out any of these decks, they'll be linked in my description. But thank you so much for being here. Thank you for your time and your energy, and I will see you for my next reading. Goodbye, pile 1. All right, pile number 2. Hi, hello, and welcome. I'm so excited to jump into your reading. A quick little disclaimer, if you did not watch the intro, if you hear me throughout this reading referring to Anaya, that is my own personal spirit guide, so I often call her in and hope to get messages from her as well. So if you hear me saying that name, that's who that is. Quick little disclaimer because I mentioned it in pile 1, but let's go ahead and jump into your message for today. Again, we're just tuning into a channeled message from spirit guides, anything that they're really in the headspace to talk about. And once again, you picked pile number 2 with this gorgeous blue celestite. This is giving very like Aquan energy. It's very blue, it's very serene. I'm very into it. So let's go ahead and see what your overall energy is for today's reading. And if you are new here, I do like to link all of my decks in the description below so you can check them all out at the end of the reading. You got number 3, manifestation creativity. Use your creative powers to invoke what you wish to manifest. Okay, my creatives, I love to see that. This card, I feel like it holds so much power and so much energy, and I really feel like this is what you are as well, pile number 2. And maybe if you're also called to listen to pile number 3, because you did get that number here as well, if you were someone that was like, I'm in between, I don't know which one, I recommend checking out pile number 3 as well. But I also, this coming through real quick too, that you might be a manifester if you're talking about like human design types or a manifesting generator. I'm really just getting this energy that something that I think comes to you very easily, even if you don't realize it, is manifestation. I feel like you are someone who can manifest things into being. And the thing that gets a little bit tricky about that is that we are all manifestors and we're all very powerful manifestors. But when we often look at like the law of attraction, we often see the things that we wish that we had that we don't have and think to ourselves, oh man, I'm not a very good manifester. Excuse me, energy's moving through. But that is not true at all, pile number 2. I feel like you are an incredibly powerful manifester, and I feel like that's why it's really important to sit with yourself and figure out what it is that you want to bring into being. Because when we are manifestors, like we all are, and we're focused on things that don't bring us joy, we often do bring things into our reality, maybe just not in the way we want. So I think it's going to be really important for you throughout this message to really understand the power that you have as a very quick, fast manifester. So get those thoughts to a high-flying place and really decide what you want to bring into this reality. All right, it says use your creative powers to invoke what you wish to manifest. Okay, kind of echoed what I just said, but yes, leaning into that as well, leaning into your creativity. One thing that I think is like a common misconception is this idea that creativity is only as seen on TV as artists or bakers or designers. Listen, friend, creativity is anything in which you invoke your creative mind. Okay, creativity could literally be going for a walk and allowing your mind to just open and explore and express as you're walking. Creativity exists in all areas and all aspects of your life. So if you think to yourself, well, I'm not an artist, or I'm not this, or I'm not that, it does not mean you're not creative, and it does not mean that you're not able to use your creative mind to bring your manifestations into reality. I'm trying to remember who said this, but I believe it's been said before that everything that exists now in the manifested world and the 3D world once existed in your imagination. All right, when I read with Anaya, when I channel with Anaya, she communicates to me through my imagination, through the unseen, through things that others would say, oh, I'm just imagining that, or oh, I'm just this. Absolutely, you're just imagining that, because your imagination is where you're able to really allow your creativity to go and to explore without resistance and without hesitation. And that is where you're able to really start to bring your manifestations into the 3D. Okay, so allow yourself to play with that a little bit. Let's go ahead and pull some tarot cards for you here. I mentioned this in pile number 1, but this deck was actually gifted to my wife by her sister, and it is a decolonized tarot, and it's like a traditional Filipino deck. It is so freaking gorgeous, and I would highly recommend getting your hands on these if you can. I'm gonna see if I can link them because I don't know where she got them from, but they are so stunning. So let's go ahead and see. Woo, okay, we got a lot coming through. 4 of Swords and the Ace of Pentacles. I actually feel like these need to be a little bit swapped here, so let's go ahead and swap these for you. So I do feel like coming through here as well, pile number 2, it's important for you for sure to allow yourself to have the time and the space to allow yourself to sit and contemplate. These colors are very similar as well, and I feel like it's really, oh, that's kind of random. I just kind of got the idea that maybe sometimes when you meditate, you see colors, but not necessarily images or words, and then you think that it's not good enough. Bestie, you are allowed to allow whatever comes through to come through and receive it. If you see colors and that's all you see, lean into it. There's nothing wrong with that. Whatever anyone receives is valuable. There's not one better or one greater or one lesser, okay? That was a really specific message, so take what resonates and leave what doesn't, as always. But I feel like for you, pile number 2, it's going to be really important for you to allow yourself the time and the space to just sit and be, not to have to be. All right, that is so random, pile number 2. My camera just immediately stopped recording in the middle of my reading, so that's fun. All right, we're good, we're moving. You know, this is kind of funny because I'm just gonna give y'all what I'm given and what I receive, and take what resonates and leave what doesn't. I was sitting here talking about needing to allow yourself the time and the space to really like sit and be with your own thoughts, and then my phone turned off, and my phone is what I'm using to record this right now. And I just kind of got the message, and again, I'm not telling you what to do, so take what resonates, but I just kind of got the message to allow yourself to unplug from social media, unplug from technology, turn things off, allow yourself to really genuinely and seriously unplug for a minute, for an hour, for a week, whatever it is that you can, to really get back into synchronization of your own soul, to know what your thoughts feel like, to know what your ideas feel like. I feel like it's really easy in this modern world of information and of social media and of stimulation to kind of honestly forget what our own thoughts and ideas feel like. Sometimes we receive a thought and we can't even tell if this is ours or the product of another person's that we maybe saw. And I feel like your thoughts are so powerful, and when you are able to sit there and hone them in and really have a clear image of what you want, you are able to bring things into reality very, very, very quickly. And I think there are new desires that are wanting to come through for you, and maybe you're not even fully aware of what they are yet, but you know that you're not fully satisfied, right? Maybe you are wanting something new, but Liv, I don't know what it is I want. Maybe you want a new job, but I don't even know what kind of job I'd want. Or maybe I want more money, but I don't know how I want more money, you know? And the thing is that maybe the reason you're having a hard time knowing is because you need to get back in touch with yourself, your soul, your energy, your connection. And by doing that in meditation, by doing that with clearing your thoughts, by literally unplugging since my camera and my phone shut off, I think it'll allow you to really be able to tune back into what your thoughts and your voice feels like. And when you're able to do that, you can really hone in on bringing whatever it is that you want into reality. And I think as you're sitting in meditation, more clear thoughts are going to come through. I understand that you want something new and that you're ready to bring it into being. And if you are someone who's not quite sure what that is yet, no worries, no stress. As you sit in contemplation, as you sit in meditation, it will become clear to you. All right, let's see if there are any other cards here for you. Pile number 2. Woo! The Chariot, but the Chariot was in reverse, and we're gonna keep it there. All right, I feel like you are a pile that really likes action. You really like to just know and go and be, and I relate to that hardcore. I'm the kind of person where I really want to just like be moving on. I don't want to just have to sit and wait. I get really irritated when my spirit guides give me a similar message of, Liv, just sit and chill out. I'm like, no, I want to go. I want to take the action. I want to be here. I want to have my manifestation here now. And I feel like with that Chariot energy, you're like, I'm ready. Let me charge forward. But there is such a beauty in readying yourself before you take charge. I think, I don't want to butcher the way that this is quoted, but Abraham Hicks often says like it's the carriage before the horse, right? And that's kind of the energy I'm getting here with the literal chariot. That's often a carriage. It's this energy of understanding that the carriage, if it takes off before the horse, nothing's gonna move, okay? Nothing's gonna move. So allow yourself the time to get ready, to become clear with yourself, to know exactly what it is you want. Sorry about that. Because another message I'm getting as well is if you were to just charge forward now, you might find a direction, but it'll be a lot more muddled, and it'll be messier and harder and weirder to navigate, and you might manifest more things into your life that you're not super satisfied with. So allow yourself the time and the space to get very clear about what it is you want, so that when the action is ready to be taken, you will take it with ease and joy. That's the Ace of Pentacles. You'll know exactly what the action is meant to be taken, and you'll take it with ease, okay? But right now is a period of rest and really allowing yourself to be quiet with your own mind and turn off those phones, bestie. You also got the 6 of Cups, all right, and the 10 of Cups. So I feel like this is kind of funny because I know that we were talking about okay, well, as you're sitting with yourself, more clarity might come through, but I feel like a little bit of clarity came through here for me actually. So please take what resonates and leave what doesn't, as always. But with these cups here, these are both representing a family. The 6 of Cups often represents like an inner child healing, maybe past memories, and 10 of Cups often represents wanting to manifest a big beautiful life with somebody, or even just with yourself, but a life of satisfaction, a life of pleasure, a life of pure joy and pure bliss. And I see that this is what you're wanting. And one of the issues that might be in your way, or might be having a little bit of an inhabitant on you getting there, is maybe your past, or maybe something that happened in childhood, or an idea that maybe you can't have that because of what you saw going on around you. And I think in this meditation, through this time of stillness and quietness, you'll be able to really address that and give your inner child so much love and so much healing and so much appreciation for who they are, because they are a freaking rock star. And even if they are hurt, and even if they are wounded, or if they're scared, or if they're quiet, or if they're angry, give them a freaking hug. Tell them they're the best, and that they are loved and safe and protected, and that no one can hurt them anymore. And you can protect them, and you can love them, and you get the ability now. You have the ability now to recreate your future. You have the ability now to heal from the past and decide something new. Another thing coming through is like breaking generational ties, breaking generational trauma, and deciding different for yourself. This example is coming through to my head, but if you are someone who as a child, you always wanted something, you always wanted to do something, you always wanted to express yourself creatively in some way, and maybe you had a parent or a parental figure in your life, or a teacher who told you that that's not good enough, or you're not good enough, or they don't have to be in that words, but just that feeling of you can't do this, or we can't do this, or you can't have this. And now as an adult, or however old you are, you get to decide for yourself now, you know what? I will honor these desires of my little child. I will honor what my little child wants, my inner child wants. I will let them know that they are safe, and allow them to understand that we can have whatever future reality we want. For me, when I see the 10 of Cups, I don't just see a happy family. I see infinite possibilities. I see a world where anything is possible. Anything can happen. Beauty just exists in whatever way you want. And I'm really being told to give you the message of encouragement, the message of healing, the message of hope. I feel this word, and it's hope. I feel like I need to help you understand that there is so much beautiful hope ahead. Even when the world is a dumpster fire going on around you, your reality can be hopeful. Your reality can be beautiful. You can choose to have hope. You can choose to hold that. I feel like it's really weird right now in this day and age to hold hope. And I feel like sometimes people even shame that, because they're like, get your head out of the gutter. Don't you see all these terrible things that are going on around you? And I'm here to be, I guess you can call me toxic, but I'm here to stand in my truth and say, you're allowed to be hopeful. You're allowed to choose to see a future that is good. You're allowed to choose to hold in your vision a future that is healing and beautiful and happy, where you can thrive and you can exist in all of the ways you've ever wanted to. So when someone tells you not to hope, or that you're being delusional, ignore them. Allow yourself to hope. Allow yourself to see a future where you are living the life you've always wanted to live, all right? And then we got the 2 of Cups. Maybe it is a relationship for you. It doesn't have to be romantic. It doesn't have to be platonic. It could be familial. It could be anything for you. But maybe you are craving a connection. Maybe you are craving your soul tribe. Maybe you're craving someone to come into your life who really sees you and feels you. Because I see a lot of relationship stuff going on, which is kind of funny, because we don't have, I guess we do have some cups, but I feel a lot of relationship energy here. I feel a lot of beautiful partnering. I feel a lot of beautiful connection and connectivity and hopefulness with the 2 of Cups and the 10 of Cups and the 6 of Cups and the Chariot even, which is a duo. I see this energy that you're ready. You're ready. You're craving this relationship. You're craving this connection. This message I'm about to give right now is going to be very specific, okay? Tune into it if it resonates with you, and if not, tune me out, bestie. For those of you who in the beginning knew that what you wanted was a romantic relationship or a platonic relationship, or was relationship based, you're wanting that new best friend or that new partner, whatever, this is why it's so important not to rush into it. Because when you rush into a relationship of any kind, friendship, romantic, platonic, familial, when you rush into a relationship with any kind head first, the carriage before the horse, you often might find yourself in a relationship that is not serving you. You might find yourself in a relationship where it's repeating old patterns, right? Same places, different faces. You are ready for new. You are ready for new energy, not a repetition of the past. Sorry, besties, energy moving through. I called you besties again, which I haven't done, but I guess it's coming through for pile number 2, okay? But I feel like you're ready to release the past and not have to be a pattern repeater, okay? You're allowed oh my gosh, Lizzie McGuire just came through with like, Lizzie McGuire, you are an alpha repeater. So maybe you are my generation. Maybe that inner child in you is ready to break generational ties. You're ready to not repeat these old relationships, not repeat these old patterns, not repeat these old friendships. This is why it's important to be with yourself first. Find your sense of peace first, that you can manifest a relationship, a friendship, a connection that is full of pure joy and authenticity. All right. Okay. Let's go ahead and pull some other cards for y'all here. Whoa. Okay, you know, I wasn't going to use this deck because it's what I used in the very beginning. This is what that manifestation card is. It's the Pleiadian deck, but it really wanted to be used for you guys. So I'm going to go ahead and pull another card from here. Let's go ahead and see what they have to say for pile number 2. Pile number 2. Oop, okay. Number 2, okay, evolution, Ahisma diet. Change your diet to lighten your frequency to help create a better and more peaceful world. Although this is talking about physical diet, y'all are probably going to be so annoyed with me because what I'm about to tell you might be irritating. Although this is literally saying a physical diet, I'm not getting that vibe. Now, if you are called to like change your diet, by all means, don't let me like derail you from that if you're wanting to eat in a way that more aligns with you. But what I'm actually getting here is a social media cleanse, or a iPhone or Android or technology cleanse. For pile number 2, I feel like it is so important for y'all to tune off, turn off the news, turn off the chaos, turn off the sadness. And I know you're probably thinking, wow, my head's gonna be in the gutter, Liv. Let it be in the gutter for a little bit, okay? Allow yourself to remember what it feels like to be hopeful. Allow yourself to remember what it feels like to feel good. It's really a lot to be on social media right now, all right? And I'm not telling you that, you know, you're not allowed to be a part of those things, that you shouldn't watch those things or whatever, but just for a little bit, just for right now, tune off and tune into who you are, okay? Tune off to the world and tune into you, because I think it's really going to help you here. And then you also got number 9, another evolution card, perception. Change your perception to create a positive solution to the problem at hand. I feel like this goes hand in hand, haha, with what I was just saying. Whenever you are able to tune off to everyone else and tune off to like the news and social media and society, you're really able to change your perception and tune into who you are instead, which is very exciting. I feel very inspired by that, and just from reading that card for you. So I hope you felt that as well. And then one more wanted to come off, manifestation number 2, beliefs. Examine your beliefs to see how they may be preventing the positive manifestations you desire. I do feel like for some people that I was reading this with, when I started talking about the hardships that are going on in the world, maybe you felt a little bit triggered by me saying things like tune off and tune into who you are. And I am not here to tell you what to do, in a sense that I mean, you are meant to take this in whatever way feels best for you. I'm not here to try to change your world or change your life, but rather to inspire you to take action of your own. I do feel that sometimes when it comes to social media, it can be really easy to build beliefs around it, to build beliefs around what everyone else is telling you. And all I wish to do is encourage you to understand that if something does not feel good, you do not have to participate in it. Turn off the news for a little bit and get back in touch with yourself, all right? If there are beliefs that are not serving you, if there are not things that are not serving you, let them go, all right? Abraham Hicks always says a belief is just a thought that you continue to think. So create new beliefs, all right? When I was working with my own beliefs a little while ago, I had the, oh my gosh, I'm sorry. I had the analogy of like Build-A-Belief come to my mind, as in like Build-A-Bear. And you know when you're at Build-A-Bear and you have to start from scratch and you just get this scraggly little rag essentially, and you have to put all of this energy into it. You have to go and you have to stuff it and you have to put it and you have to put all this work and energy and love, and then you get a little heart and you blow your wish into it and you stick the heart into the bear, and then it is created. That's similar to building a belief. It starts as something a little weak, a little limp, and that's not really going to bring anyone any joy, but then you put the work into it. You put the constant choosing to find that belief. You put the constant effort, the constant love, the constant ability to choose to want to see the outcome of this beautiful bear. You know what it's going to look like when you're done. You know how you can hold it in your mind, and you're just going to keep stuffing, blow your wish into it, and now your manifestation is created. So allow yourself to play with beliefs and allow yourself to build new ones that feel a lot better to you, all right? Let's get some unicorn cards for you here, pile number 2. Okay, that one didn't feel good, so let me pull some more for you. Pile number 2. Oops, sorry, okay. Number 11, look for the signs, pay attention, and expect an answer. 1133, unicorns, doves, so many synchronicities are on this card. So if you are someone that really believes in like synchronicities and you really feel like you resonate with that, keep your mind open, all right? Synchronicities are not coincidences. Synchronicities happen when you are aligned, and they could be as simple as sometimes when I'm driving and I'm in a really good mood and I'm in a really good headspace and I'm wanting to turn left and it's a double cross median and it's stressful and it's normally chaotic, and I get out to turn and the whole road is just empty for me. I'm like, oh my gosh, I am so aligned. And I'll say it out loud to my wife. I'll be like, babe, I'm aligned right now. Allow yourself to play with that. If you're driving and you see a license plate with 777, have fun with it. Tune into that energy and understand that those signs are messages from your guides and from your spirits to help you see that whatever you're doing at that moment, you're aligned with. So receive that energy, all right? Allow yourself to look for the signs. This again goes with that energy that I'm being called to tell for you again, pile number 2, which is hopeful. I feel like the ability to see signs and the ability to believe in little synchronicities, it really represents being hopeful. It really represents understanding and seeing that there is a better future and there is a brighter world out there for all of us. So allow yourself to hold on to that hope, all right? You also got number 7, listen to your heart, awaken your psychic abilities, tune into the infinite, period, all right? You got manifestation, creativity. I feel like there's a lot of rainbow energy for you here, which is really beautiful. So allowing yourself to tune into your psychic abilities. Like I mentioned in the very, very, very beginning, I feel like you guys might be either manifesting generators or manifestors in the human design type. I feel like the things you manifest come into fruition really, really easily. Even if they're things that maybe you weren't wanting, but your thoughts were heavily focused on them, you still brought them into your reality, right? Because I think the things that you focus on very strongly, you bring into your reality really quickly. So now you have an opportunity to hone in what it is you want to bring into your reality. You have the ability to hone in your thoughts, focus on exactly what it is you want, and bring those forward. I'm being called to really fixate on the snake on the tree in the back left here if my camera will focus. Snakes often represent death and rebirth, shedding of the old and birthing of the new. And I feel like this is where you're at right now, pile number 2. If you start to see snakes in your world and your reality, understand that that is a sign that's helping you remember this card right here, your psychic abilities and listening to your true heart, okay? You also got number 36, be a beacon, be an inspiration, light the way for others. That's not resonating either. Let's try again. Any other cards for pile number 2? Okay. Number 34, Cosmic Pearl. Expand your psychic gifts. Open the gate to the angelic realms. All right, you've got like multiple cards that are talking about your psychic abilities and psychic gifts. So pile number 2, I don't know, I'm not going to try to tell you who you are, but I feel like we might have some psychic seers here or some people that are very tuned into their psychic abilities, which is very, very exciting. And if you are not yet tuned into your psychic abilities, I would recommend just playing around when you're in that meditation, playing around with opening your third eye, playing around with opening up that connection to the divine, connection to the unseen, all right? If it's comfortable for you, of course, because whether you've awakened it or whether you've played with it or not, you most definitely, pile number 2, have a psychic gift. You have a psychic ability. You have the ability to see things much easier than other people. So play with that. Allow it to be fun. Allow it to be free. Allow it to be silly and happy, all right? All right, let's see. Pile number 2. Birthing a new age, birthing new creations, and dreaming a new world into being. This is what I'm saying. I feel like y'all are called to be the hopeful hearts. I feel like y'all are called to hold the hope for maybe humanity, maybe for a lot of people. Maybe you're someone who doesn't understand how truly powerful your gifts are, like I've mentioned before. And I think one of your gifts is to genuinely uplift the spirits of others by holding your hope, by holding your power. And that's why it's so important right now for you to get off of social media, get off your phone, turn off the news, and allow yourself to just be with your own presence, because when you are there, you can hold an energy that is so powerful that can heal people. It can heal the world. It can uplift the energy. So don't take that for granted, okay? Don't minuscule it. Don't make it small. It is power. It is a gift. It is magnetic. It is truly, truly beautiful. So really hold that, all right? You also got soul family. This is exactly what I was saying for you, pile number 2. Someone on here, I don't know if it's everybody, but definitely someone, they're wanting their tribe, their family, their friends, their loved ones. They're wanting their spiritual tribe. And I'm not necessarily talking about blood family, but found family. You are looking for your people. And what I'm trying to encourage you here is that once you stop looking, you'll get into a place of receiving and they will find you, all right? Your soul tribe is out there. Call in your tribe. You don't have to do it alone. Call in that energy. Call in the power when you're in your manifestation meditations and you're ready to bring forth what it is you want. Put that out into the universe. I attract those who vibe with me. I attract those who see my light, who see my beauty, who see my truth. I call in my soul family. Use that word if you want. I call in my soul family. I call in my soul family and my soul tribe. Awakening, energetic upgrades, a new way of being, integration. This is why I feel like you're being so called to go into that place of meditation, is because you are going through, I want to say, a cellular upgrade as too. Like I got that energy of like a literal upgrade from the cellular level, because yes, your cells do change and upgrade as you do, all right? I know there's science behind it. I don't know exactly the science, so if you want to correct me, please do. It's okay. I won't take it personal, but I remember reading somewhere, okay, that your cells upgrade as does your soul when you choose to energetically move up and you choose to kind of get into a higher place of alignment. And this is why it's so important to rest with the Chariot in reverse and the Four of Swords and not rush ahead, because the way that you are doing this, the way that you are moving forward, the way that you are attracting and bringing hope for not only yourself but others is by being in a place of stillness and almost like sleepy energy to allow yourself to then be up leveled. All right, don't rush your process is what I'm trying to say. Don't rush your process, pile number 2. Any other messages from our spirit guides? The age of light. You've been training for this for lifetimes, period. I really do feel that. I feel like you are change bringers, light seers, hope healers. Like, I feel like you all have the ability to hold hope so true and so genuine. And as I'm saying this, I looked to my watch, which I'm using as like a viewfinder, and it was 222, okay? Look for the signs, my friends, my loves. Y'all are powerful. Step into it. Take the time to meditate. Take the time to heal. Take the time to attract your tribe so you're not doing it alone. And then hold that hope for a better tomorrow, all right? Any other cards for our beautiful pile number 2? Any other cards for our beautiful pile number 2? Transformation. Things are changing. Oh my gosh. Okay, sorry. This is kind of funny. I love when this happens. Things are changing at a cellular level, deep healing. I was just saying cellular. Like, I just was like, I don't know why I'm being called to say that. And then this is giving me a snake vibe, all right? There's nothing more I need to say for this. I've already said it all. You're changing, you're growing, you're transforming. Allow yourself to do it. Turn off your phones, bestie. Turn off social media so you can tune into yourself. I've been saying this a lot, but tune off for them so you can tune into you, okay? Pile number 2, I really hope you received this. I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, please let me know in the comments down below. I'd love to hear what you get from this reading, because I know what I'm receiving, but I would love to see what you are gathering as well. So thank you so much for tuning into this reading. If you want to see more videos like this, be sure to subscribe, because I do plan on posting more in the future. And as always, all of the decks I've used are going to be linked down below if you would like to check them out. Thank you so much for your time and your energy, and I will see you for the next one. Bye, pile number 2. All right, pile number 3, hello and welcome to your reading. Before we get into it, I want to give a little disclaimer that I gave in the other piles as well. If you did not watch my intro and you hear me mentioning the name Anaya, that is my own personal channeled guide, and I call her in as I'm doing these readings. So if I say something like, oh, Anaya is telling me this, or Anaya is saying that, that is energy. That is who I'm talking about at that time. So let's go ahead and jump into your reading. So I wanted to remind you, this is what your stone looked like. I honestly have no idea what this stone is, but it is so beautiful. It's giving earth energy, and I love to see it. So let's go ahead and see what your first card is here today. Number 9, manifestation harmony. Create harmony in every aspect of your life. This is a very like wintry card to me as well. So if you are are watching this as this is going live, we are about to enter into the winter season. And if you're like me, you already feel like it's winter the day November 1st happens, but we know that's not true, all right? But I feel like this is very seasonally based. The other readings I felt I did today were a bit timeless. I feel like they could be tuned into at any time. But for you, pile number 3, I feel like this is very specific to this place and time where you are at right now in your reality. I feel like the guys are trying to tell you that if there is anything going on with you during this holiday season where you feel that you are spending time around people that are just not serving you, or you feel like you have to spend time around people that are causing disharmony in your life, give yourself the permission to say no. Give yourself permission to say, you know what, I think I'm going to sit this one out, or I think I'm going to head home early, or I'm going to walk away from this conversation that's not serving me. This is a very specific message, and I don't think it's going to be what the entire reading is about, but I do just want to give this reminder to know that you are allowed to protect your peace, that you are allowed to walk away from family members who might make rude comments or who might say rude things to you or who are just not serving you. You are allowed to prioritize your feelings above all else. And I know that that can be really tricky in the holiday season as we're meeting with a lot of family members and seeing a lot of people and connecting with a lot of energies, but it's really true, and you are allowed to protect your peace. Okay, let's go ahead and see what the tarot has to say before we get into I guess this is going into the rest of the reading. Let's go ahead and see what the tarot has to say for you, pile number 3. I mentioned this in the other 2 piles as well, but I cannot read Roman numerals. Don't come for me, okay? I never learned. It was never a thing in my school, and I never chose to do it outside of it. So if you see me like counting, it's because I don't know what they are, but I do know the 10 of Pentacles, all right? And this is so cool because the 10 of Pentacles to me is the card of harmony. The 10 of Pentacles, the 10 of Cups, those 2 cards represent just like pure bliss to me. This energy of everything is as it should be. And honestly, this is so funny because I genuinely feel like this kind of a little bit looks like me and my wife. So this could be a romantic thing for you as well, or just this energy of feeling at peace with your choices and at peace with your surroundings. And this is why it's so important to create harmony in every aspect of your life, because your life has the potential, no matter what is going on with it right now, it has the potential and the ability to be absolutely everything you've always wanted, everything you've always dreamed of it, completely abundant, ridiculously wealthy, happy, exuberant, beautiful, kind, loving, uplifting, satisfying. All of those words could be used to describe your life. And that's why it is so important. And maybe that's not how you feel right now, and I understand that, my love, but that is something that you're allowed to have, and it is something that you're allowed to tune in and to tap into. And creating harmony in every area of your life right now will allow you to release the resistance and actually open up to the idea that that is allowed to happen in your life. If you are someone who's wanting to attract more money into your life, more financial prosperity, more financial abundance, it is important to allow yourself to be at peace, and create harmony with wherever you're at in your financial situation right now. And trust me when I tell you, I know this is hard, okay? I know that this is not necessarily easy, but when you are able to become at peace with your financial situation now, or whatever it is it may be, it allows yourself to release the resistance to welcome in new energy, all right? Full transparency, 2022 was a really hard year for me financially. I got really in my own way and created a lot of resistance, and the only thing that started changing, the only thing that I did that actually provided change after a year of struggle was becoming at peace with where I was at. Even if I wasn't happy, even if it's not what I wanted, I allowed myself to choose to be happy and to find peace and to find gratitude, even when it seemed like it was impossible to find it. And once I did, everything started lining up for me. And I believe that that will happen for you as well. And it might not be about finances, all right? It might not be about that at all. But if you are someone that's really wanting to move forward in your abundance, allow yourself to be at peace with where you are now, even if it seems difficult, finding the little things to find positivity in. Like maybe the ability that if you have a phone to watch this video on, that you have that luxury, or if you have a roof over your head or food in your belly, the little things to find joy and appreciation about will help you release the resistance to allow all the joyous aspects to enter in. Then we have the 7 of Cups in reverse, which is interesting because this cup actually also introduced themselves. What am I saying? This card also introduced themselves to pile number 1 as well. And then you have Temperance paired right next to it here, as well as Balance over here. So if you have been feeling like you're just really in this place of stuck energy, or you feel like you're trying to limbo, or you feel like not everything is quite what you're wanting it to be right now, This is why it's so important to find harmony and balance. I feel like the way for you to do that right now, because I'm hearing someone say, how, Liv? How should I find harmony and balance? Get back to who you are in your own energy. This has been the theme for all 3 piles today, is tuning back in to you, tuning into who you are, tuning into your peace, your energy, what you feel like, what you want. How to get back there is just by meditating, giving yourself love, giving yourself silence, giving yourself stillness. I see this energy of you feeling like you're balancing a lot right now. Maybe it is literally balancing things financially, especially because I did say that for your reading, I feel like it is very right now based, very seasonal based. The seasons of greetings, okay, the holiday season can be hard for a lot of us financially because it's a big investment time. Maybe you feel like you can't give as much as you want to, or you feel like you're really balancing the checkbooks, or you have all these things that you would like to do, or all these things that you want to give and want to be and want to have and want to do, but you feel like you're not having any of them. My love, I wish to encourage you to take a breath. I'll take one with you. Take a breath. And allow yourself to be where you're at now. Allow yourself to be where you're at now. Understanding that where you're at now is not quote unquote wrong, even if where you want to be is different. Where you're at now has provided you the clarity and the clear contrast to now know that you don't want to be here. But that's a beautiful thing because you now know where you want to go and you can manifest that into reality. But it is the being here that helped you see that. So be where you are now. Allow yourself to be where you're at now to get to where you want to be in the future. I hope what I'm trying to say is becoming clear because I feel this energy of like a little bit stressed, a little bit pinched, a lot of desires going multiple places and you can't quite hone it in, and it's because you're burning yourself at both ends, right? You're burning, I think that's a analogy or a saying, it's like you're burning the candle at both ends or you're burning the stick at both ends. Allow yourself to be with your own energy and understand that you don't need to do anything for anybody to be enough this holiday season. Like I mentioned last year, I was in a rough pickle, okay? Financially, not my year. I did not give really anybody a single Christmas gift last year that was tangible because I couldn't. And that's okay because I gave them my love. I gave them my time. I gave them my energy if it felt good for me. I didn't overexert myself. I didn't make myself feel bad or feel guilty. And if I did, because I'm human and I think I probably did, I gave myself forgiveness and grace and understanding and knowing that I'm allowed to see a beautiful future ahead even if I'm not quite there right now. Right now I might be juggling. Right now I might be wishing I could do more, but I'm allowed to be at peace with where I am now and understand that I am moving towards a brighter tomorrow. All right. With the temperance here, this just goes back into harmony. I don't feel like I need to echo that too much. I feel like when it comes to harmony, and if you're wondering why I'm saying that or what I mean by that, that's this manifestation card here. And when I'm saying harmony, I just mean the sense of being at peace. Being at peace with where you are to get to where you want to go. All right. And a lot of easy ways to do that, like I was saying, is just focusing on little things that have no resistance. So for me, things I would focus on is how cute my dog was. Does that have anything to do with my finances? No. But if finances stress you out right now, don't focus on them. Don't try to make yourself think you're rich and get into this headspace of I'm so rich when you're actually feeling impoverished, because it's your words are not what matters to the universe. Your energy is. So don't try to like gaslight the universe, okay? It's not gonna work. But be honest with how you're feeling. So focus on things that have no resistance, okay? My dog is so cute. Oh my God, I love her. She's so soft. My cat is the best. He's so soft and cuddly. Wow, my skin looks really clear today. What a beautiful blessing. Man, the air is so clean today. I love how not humid Florida is for the first time today. Wow, it's so nice. Look at that cute squirrel. It's like finding these little tiny things that make you so happy and bring such clear joy. And that's what you're being called to focus on, to be able to be at peace with where you are now. Alrighty? And the reason why it's important to find peace where you are is because until you're able to do that, even as you're wanting to move forward, you're going to find yourself in same places, different faces, which is essentially just meaning you're going to find yourself in similar situations, maybe a different job, but with the same kind of energies and employees because you're still in that vibration. Last year, I ended up taking a job that truthfully I really hated, but I was, like I mentioned, in a pickle, and it was a very, very, very not good job for me. me. But one of the most transformative things is I literally hated this job for months. I complained about it. I was miserable. I didn't want to go to work. And one day on the way to work, I just decided to choose joy, to understand that I can find joy in my place, in my space, where I'm at right now. I don't have to let my situations or where I'm at dictate the way I feel. I don't have to let them to control my happiness or my sadness. I can choose that for myself. And I started going to work and I didn't hate it anymore. I didn't feel miserable when I was there. I didn't feel drained. I found it funny. I found it kind of light and airy, and I found things to be appreciative of while I was there, because I changed my perspective and my energy, and I chose harmony there. And once I was able to do that, things really started changing very, very rapidly for me. But for like a year, bestie, they were not. So it really was important for me to fix my own energy, because that is what controls it all. All right. Any other cards from the tarot for our beautiful pile number 3? Any other cards from the tarot for our beautiful pile number 3? 5 of Pentacles. Yeah, right. So this is just kind of echoing what I was saying, really feeling left out in the cold. And if you are feeling financially strapped right now, if you're feeling financially trapped, may I encourage you, if you're feeling like you want to give all these Christmas gifts that you might not be able to afford, or do all these Christmas things, do something free. All right. Do something free. People actually really like handmade gifts. I feel like everyone I've ever given a handmade gift to has genuinely enjoyed it. And me and my wife did all handmade gifts last year, and people really liked them. People loved them, whether it's baking cookies or whether it's just going and spending quality time. One of the biggest gifts we gave was, we'll babysit your kids for you, because that is free and easy, and it means a lot to people, right? And it's like date night on us, essentially, right? You go out, we'll take the kids, don't worry about it, call us whenever you want us, that's your Christmas gift. Merry Christmas. Do whatever feels good for you. Don't put yourself in this place of stress over money around the holidays, all right? If you can help it. I know that all what I'm saying right now is easier said than done, and I really feel your energy, because I was there, and I understand it. I understand it more than I wish I did, all right? And I really get it, but you do not have to stay in this place of feeling left out in the cold. You can choose to find that harmony where you are now, and believe in the 10 of Pentacles. Believe that you deserve wealth and riches and insane amount of abundance, because you are worthy of that. And it's okay. Ooh, my air conditioning just had a lot to say. It's okay to be where you are now, be where you are at now, while still dreaming of a better tomorrow. All right. Any other cards for a beautiful pile number 3? I'm just like being called to tell you over and over again that you do not need to have financial gifts this season to be worthy, all right? If you're someone who normally gives a bunch of gifts, or that's how you equate your version of love, change your perspective, all right? You don't need to give someone a physical gift to be worthy of anything. King of Wands, standing in your power. King of Wands, standing in your creativity and your ability to manifest. Everything that's going on for you right now, I think is all a really powerful opportunity for you to bring back your manifestation abilities. Maybe they've slipped a little bit off the rocker lately, which is why things have not been quite serving you, and why they're not quite as happily as you want them to be. But you carry all the cards. You hold all the cards. My love, you are able to manifest a brighter day. You are able to manifest a brighter tomorrow. Be at harmony with where you are. Even if it's not where you want to be, understand that it's not necessarily where you're going. You can choose a different tomorrow. You can choose a different future. Take ownership of your reality. Take ownership of your creativity. Take ownership of who you are, all right? You also got the moon. A lot of what's going on with you right now, I think, is bringing up old hurts, old fears, old wounds, old karmic connections. Maybe money was something that was always really hard for you when you were growing up, or maybe it was always a big fear, and maybe now it's manifested. Allow yourself to lean into this period of cleansing and releasing. The full moon is so powerful, because the full moon brings about this literal change with the seasons and with the months, where it's like this period of purging and releasing and cleansing and removing and letting go of what does not serve you. And that is a period where you can really just shed and howl at the moon and purge all this stuff out of you. So allow the fears to come up, because once they're up, you can tell them to get the F out of here, okay? Let's go ahead and use this deck here to pull some cards from my beautiful pile number 3. The moon! Sorry, that's just like so cool when that happens. Okay, full moon, slay. Co-creating reality. One of your main purposes is to co-create a better world. Co-creating is talking about taking your place as a co-creator of the universe, of your universe. One of your main purposes is to co-create a better world. What this is saying is understanding that you are not a victim to the universe. The universe is not creating you. You are creating the universe. You are creating your reality. You are creating your space. I used to feel, especially last year, like life was just happening to me. It was just happening to me constantly, but that is not true. Life is not happening to you. Life is happening for you, and often because of you, because of what you are putting out into the universe. Your thoughts bring reality, okay? My throat is killing me. 1 second. I've been talking for like an hour now, my love, so my throat's a little raspy, so just bear with me. Your thoughts create your reality. Stay with me. My thoughts create my reality. My thoughts create my reality. So what do I want my reality to be? Get my thoughts there, all right? Especially with these new moon or these full moons. That's really coming through as well with both the full moons. Maybe look into some full moon magic. That might be very powerful for you, pile number 3. All right, any other cards from this deck here? Number 4, healing diet. Examine your diet, making better and healthier nutritional choices. This is weird because this is what the card is saying, but not what my intuition is saying. I'm going to give a very specific message, and if you like this, take it, and if you don't, throw it away. But I'm really actually getting the message of kind of ignoring this card. And what I mean by that is, as we're entering into the holiday season, if you have a family who is very like granola mom or coach or diet shaming to you and who you are, I heavily recommend eating what feels good for you. Now, I am not a doctor. Do not take this in place of that, okay? Please take care of your health outside of this. But I am just getting kind of told that if you are around a lot of people who are like, you should watch your diet or you shouldn't eat that, are you sure you want a piece of pumpkin pie? Allow yourself to do what feels good for you. And if you're around those people and it doesn't feel good, allow yourself to walk away, all right? I know that that's kind of the exact opposite of what that card says, but that's what's coming through. So take what resonates and leave what doesn't. And again, when it talks about examining your diet, I think it's more like making choices that feel good for you. If not eating those certain foods because your Aunt Susan says not to eat those certain foods doesn't feel good, then that's not taking care of your diet, right? That's not taking care of what feels good for you. So eat what feels beneficial for you. If it resonates with you, my love, enjoy it. Food is fuel. Food is beautiful. It's a moment to enjoy and eat these beautiful, wonderful, nutritious, delicious things, okay? Anything can be nutritious if you put your mind to it and you believe it's true. Abraham has said it. I fully believe it, okay? Let's go ahead and get some more cards. I feel like this deck still wants to play with y'all. So let's see what other messages they have to say for our beautiful pile number 3 here. All right, pile number 3. What's this one? Number 3, relationship, unconditional love. Balance your relationships by approaching them with true love, which is accepting and unconditional. This is a very easy way to change the relationships that you might engage with during this holiday season as well. Something that has been really beneficial for me, and I'm only sharing it because I think it might help you as well, is I really stopped holding such an expectation on people as well. If I want to be in a really healthy place with my body, with my mind, and with food, it does not that I need to put that expectation on somebody else. I have someone in my life who I love so, so, so dearly, and they might not be at that same place that I am with food, and I don't have to expect them to be, but I am able to set a very healthy, loving boundary and saying, you know, I'd really appreciate if we didn't talk about food like this when we're together. But it doesn't mean that what you're saying is wrong or what I'm saying is right, but I would rather we didn't talk about this when we're together. And and it's about this energy of like, I don't need you to change for me. I love you where you're at. I have unconditional love for you. Where you're at is where you're at, and I'm still here for you for that. But I don't have to lower my space or hurt my own energy by matching that vibration, all right? And that's a similar energy for you as well. You can love somebody, you can have unconditional love, and that does not mean that you still have to be around them when it is not serving you, okay? Just to make that very, very clear. Let's pull some more cards for you here, pile number 3. energy. Number 21 equals 3, magical crystal cave. Switch on your inner light, bring forward your gifts. Okay, exciting. This is your time to shine, pile number 3. This is your time to understand your power of creating reality, all right? I feel like this was a pile number 2's kind of message as well, but really, I guess all readings today were heavily about bringing forth your power and bringing forth your creative abilities and your ability to manifest your desires. I know you want to be in a different space, pile number 3. I'm really feeling that for you. And again, if it's not resonating, don't take it. But I really feel like for this group, you're having these desires, and maybe you're not exactly where you want to be, but that does not mean you cannot get there. And it does not mean you're not on your way. So switch on your inner light, bring forward your gifts, and allow yourself to believe that it can happen, all right? Number 42, oneness. Look for the common humanity. Invoke Lemurian light. All right, so we might have some Lemurians here. Welcome, Lemurians. Those are star seeds. I might have some fellow star seeds here. Hello and hi. Look for the common humanity. The energy I'm really getting for this as well is we're going to keep it not so global right now. I know there's a lot going on right there, but we're going to keep it a bit more personal. We're going to keep it a bit more for within you and your personal life and within your space. When you go about the next few months, when you go about the holiday season, look for the common good. It's really easy for people to talk about all the terrible things that are going on, all the hardship, all the chaos, and if that does not feel good for you, don't talk about it. Switch the conversation, all right? I was just talking to someone yesterday and they were telling me the story about how they just started switching the energy, and whenever they started switching the energy, the people around them matched that. So maybe someone originally came to them and they wanted to complain to them about someone or something, and instead of vibing with them and complaining right back, they actually switched the energy and talked about something that made them happy. And you know what happened? The people matched them there, and they started laughing, and they were no longer wanting to complain or gossip to this person. They were wanting to laugh in their high-flying energy. So find that common humanity, find that common thing that is fun and easy and happy to talk about, all right? And if you feel like you're having a hard time doing that when you're around certain people, invoke your Lemurian light. And what I mean by that is just simply call on your guides and say, please help me evoke the Lemurian light within me, all right? Any other cards from this deck for pile number 3? Mahatma energy, number 29. Build your light body, accelerate your ascension. A lot of talk around your physical vessel, pile number 3. So maybe you are being called to really tune in to what feels good for you. Again, we're not talking about diet culture, my loves, or maybe we are in a sense of breaking it, okay? But really tune into what feels good for you, because sometimes your physical body kind of needs to be at the same vibrational match as your energy body in order for you to accelerate. So that's why it's super important to eat what feels good to you, move when it feels good to you, and really prioritize your physical health throughout this season as well, okay? And what I mean by that is I'm not telling you to prioritize your health and go to the gym 5 days a week. Prioritize your health means doing what feels good for you. Every single human body is going to have a different way of feeling good, a different way of what is healthy for them. So when I say do what feels healthy for you, I truly, truly mean that. I truly mean do what feels good. Do what feels right for you. Move your body in a way that makes you happy. I've recently picked up figure skating because that is something that makes me so happy. And I used to think that the only way I could move my body was pumping weights at the gym. I hate pumping weights at the gym. So I stopped doing it, and now I swim and I ice skate. I live in Florida, so it's easy to swim all year round, but I'm also figure skating, and that's really fun because it's a way in which I can move my body that feels good for me. Allow yourself to do what feels good for you, all right? Get grounded. Empaths, highly sensitive, connect with nature. Absolutely. Get grounded. That might be why it's important for you to look at the way you're eating as well, because sometimes when we're eating foods that do not feel good to us, nothing about how healthy or unhealthy they are, but foods that do not feel good to us, it can be a little hard to feel grounded. So make sure you're eating a lot of foods that make you feel grounded, make you feel strong, and make you feel connected, all right? This get grounded energy, empaths and my highly sensitives, I think this is also really important to do when you are wanting to get to that place of harmony, our overall message, get to that place of peace and stillness. And how funny was it when I was like, oh, I don't think this is what the whole reading is about. It totally is, bestie, it totally is. But getting grounded and allowing yourself to be with your own energy and be at stillness with who you are will help you bring your desires into being, all right? It'll help you find that harmony in your life. Align your life. What is not aligned or needs to change? I really feel like I'm a broken record at this point, so I'm not going to reiterate myself, but this is, same energy, okay? Things that are not aligned are being forced to go to that place now. Energies are wanting to change. Energies are wanting to shift. Energies are wanting to move so you can bring forth a new way of being, so you can bring forth higher feeling energies, higher purposes, more satisfaction. You are not stuck no matter how much it feels that way. You are not stuck where you are now. If you are allowed to get yourself to a place of feeling at peace and at harmony, you can change your reality. You can create the reality that you want to have. I hope to show you that. I hope to bring that for you here. All right. And I know it can be really hard to believe that when you're in a rough place, but it is true. Transformation. Absolutely. Things are changing. Deep healing. Things are changing for you, pile number 3. Things are looking up for you. Things are looking bright. Things are looking like they're going to start getting better very, very, very soon. So keep that hope alive. Allow yourself, like I mentioned, I'm going to reiterate it one more time, be at peace with where you are now to get to where you want to go. Being at peace with where you are now removes that resistance. It allows you to release whatever was not serving you, and you can get to a higher flying pace very, very quickly, and you can bring those manifestations into being. All right. One last card for our beautiful pile number 3. One last card for our beautiful pile number 3, spirits. What do we have to say? You're already doing it. Stop overthinking and face your true north. Absolutely. You're already doing it. You're already on this path. If you listen to this reading and you're thinking to yourself, oh my gosh, she's saying all these things. I don't know how to get there. I don't know what to do. You don't have to try. All right. Oh my gosh. That song from Colby Calais, I think that's her name. Like, you don't have to try so hard. You don't have to give it all away, right? You don't have to try so hard. You don't have to try. You're already doing it. You are already enough. You are already worthy. Just listen to your true north. Get into meditation. Get into stillness. Get into harmony. Allow yourself to transform. Allow yourself to transform and to find peace with who you are now, because you're already doing it. You're already on your step forward. You're already headed to where you want to go. Allow yourself to go there. All right. Pile number 3. I hope you understand how worthy you are. I hope you feel a little bit more hope. I hope you feel excited about the future and understanding and knowing that you are bringing the future that you want into reality, into being at this time. And I'm so excited to see it manifest for you. Please leave a comment down below if this resonated. I would love to hear you. I'd love to talk to you. I'd love to connect with you. And thank you so much for your time and your energy. Don't forget to subscribe and leave a like. And I will see you guys for my next reading. Bye, pile 3.